I am Neil Arthos. I am the next Abdullah, and we're going to make you the next Neville Goddard. Enter the multiverse to get your SP. So listen, guys. I'm Dr. Doom for Halloween. In the spirit of shifting to the reality of your dreams, where you have SP, where you have the money that you want, where your SP wets themselves and masturbates to you every single night. You're the only one that could turn them on. Even if they say that they would never date short guys and you are 5'2", you are the exception. And they tell all their friends about just how sexy you are, to the point where they have to take 5 pairs of panties wherever they go because they can't help themselves but to finger themselves to death. Now, I just butchered that affirmation, but you see, it's thoughts like that that help you shift from this negative thinking where, oh, woe is me, I'm too short, I can't attract 10 out of 10s, I don't have big muscles, so I can't compete with all the alpha males. The only reason why you see that reflected in your reality is because that is the universe that you're choosing. Okay? But I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Just like in the upcoming Avengers movie, where Dr. Doom is in charge of the multiverse, and he's shifting to one reality where he's Dr. Doom, and then another reality where he's Iron Man. There is infinite realities. Just like it says in the scriptures, my Father has many rooms in his kingdom. Your Father has many realities. But you see, we have been choosing the reality where we are seeing the circumstances of what we don't want. Remember what I've said in all my previous videos. We are not the mind. We are not the body. We are just the observer of the mind and the body. Everything that you see in the 3D, including the circumstances where you are hoping that you will get your SP, where you're hoping that you will get the money that you want, that is all something that you're seeing with the eyes right here outside of the mask. Kind of like this mask right here. Okay, I'm really the person behind the mask, but you see, the mask represents the 3D. The 3D is not real. What's real is what's behind the mask. And what's behind the mask is you and your assumptions. Take anybody in this world who doesn't have the SP, who is struggling in their dating life, who might be able to get the phone number but keeps getting ghosted or never can get to her front door for a first date. I guarantee you, you sit all those same people down, no matter what culture they're from, no matter what country they are, no matter what religion or belief system they have, they are probably not saying things like, my SP has a life-size poster of my profile pic on their wall, and they pray and bow down to it every single night. My SP is like a flower in my fucking Garden of Eden, but I'm the fucking sun. They need me more than food, water, and air. I guarantee you they're not saying things like that. No. Matter of fact, probably when they get even an ounce of a compliment or things going their way, they chalk it up to, oh, I just got lucky, and eventually, this is too good to be true. Well, why can't we be the same way with our assumptions when they are not going our way? Or even when we get rejected, even when we get ghosted, even when we get a fucking restraining order. Why don't we shift to the reality where all the women cannot stop chasing me to the point where I just need space to breathe? They keep blowing up my phone so much that T-Mobile is pissed off because it's fucking up their cellular towers. The way to shift to this universe is not by having an infinity gauntlet, is not by becoming the sorcerer supreme and gaining all these powers. You are the sorcerer supreme. You are God Doom, God Thanos. You are a god. You are source. All these circumstances that you see, you've created with your assumptions. That's why I say that there's no way that if you see that you don't have SP or the career that you want or the house or the car that you want, there's no way that you were telling yourself that you have those things before they manifested. What happened was the opposite. You went through childhood trauma. You were rejected as a child, whether it was through your parents or whether it was growing up in middle school. And that one rejection was something that you kept recycling because you kept going back to that past. And therefore, whatever we put in our awareness is what gets reflected. Even if it's no longer happening right now in the present moment, if we keep remembering, I got rejected, I got rejected, I got rejected, we're going to keep getting that reflected. Rejection is not rejection. Rejection is reflection. Okay? So the same way that we have a memory of something that we can get out of our head, or that girl looked at us weird and they made us feel like the ugliest sack of shit in the world, we create a fake memory, aka an imagination. Because like I've said, imaginations are the same video format as a memory. You do not need to see it in 8K IMAX. Watch my video. Visualizations don't need to be 1080p, 8K Ultra. One of my best videos. We just create a fake memory, aka a visualization. You don't need to make it special. You don't need to make a David Fincher film. Just pretend like if it already happened. That's what living in the end is. It's not waiting for a text message. It's not hoping that she'll say yes. It's acting as if you already went through the honeymoon phase and you guys have been together for centuries. Look back at the fake memory where you guys cannot stop banging, where she keeps having so much orgasms that she thinks that her vagina is going to break. Imagine where it's a girl at your gym and you guys haven't even talked, yet you notice her. She's your crush, and let's be real here. Maybe she's one of the main reasons why you keep returning to the gym, right? Imagine you not only are living in the end and the assumption that you have her, but you have this memory in your brain that you guys have been together for years and she's already talking about marriage, and you're telling her to, like, whoa, baby girl, slow down. Let's take our time. We go from the guy who is hoping that she'll say yes to all of a sudden we are getting chased by people we haven't even talked to. But you see, if you talk to them in your brain, if you visualize that you're in the end with them right now, it already happened. That is why I keep repeating it. We are not the mind, we are not our body. If she hasn't talked to you yet, if you already asked for the number and she rejected you, that was something that you saw with the eyes, but you are not the mind or the body. The eyes are connected to the body. You are just the observer. You are just whatever you put in your awareness. So if you stop focusing on the things that our eyes are showing us and we start focusing on the imagination, the thing that we actually do have control over, remember, we don't have control over what we're seeing right now with our eyes. But we can change that because it is a reflection of what we put within our imagination. So if what we are seeing right now in the 3D is technically not even the present moment, it is simply a reflection of past assumptions, aka it is old news, then why not just change our assumptions? You change your assumptions by going to the imagination. You go to the reality that you want right here. And you can have that right now. So if what we see right now is not real, then if she rejected you when you asked for her number at the gym, it's not real. All you got to do is go back in here and have her say, how come you haven't spoken to me, baby? Are you seeing someone else? I am just so fucking happy that I met you. I'm glad that you asked for my number. I thought you would never ask. I thought you would never go for girls like me. And you're sitting here thinking like, whoa, here I am thinking that she was a 10 out of 10 and she's over here putting me on the pedestal. I've had that happen where I thought that a girl was way out of my league, and then it turns out that I shoot my shot, and then she starts acting like if, you know, it was too good to be true for her. You never know what's going on behind the scenes. Because at the end of the day, whether it's a situation where you have to initiate contact with her, whether you have to text your ex back, or whether you have to go in no contact, you're gonna get reflected what you believe. And if you believe that you have to play this no contact game to get your ex back, then that's exactly what you're gonna get reflected. Even if you actually are in the reality where, even if they're one of those people who are waiting on you to text them, whatever you believe in your assumptions, that's going to be what you see reflected. So you go to the universe, you switch to the parallel universe where you have what you want, simply by doing what you've been doing all along. If you think that you're this character who goes to the 9 to 5, who is going to the gym and has a crush on Angela, where you think that you're the guy who's been a Dodgers fan since birth, if I'm telling you that that character is not real, then why not choose another character that is not real, but instead a character that has what you want? You choose that character right here in your imagination. Because of course, we cannot create things out of thin air, meaning if I'm sitting here right now in this car waiting on my to-go order at the restaurant, I cannot just make a hamburger appear in my hand right here in front of my eyes, but I can make it appear in my head right here. Which is real? Which is the truth? What I'm seeing right here, the emptiness, the lack of a cheeseburger in my hand, or in my imagination where I'm doing the exact same posture, but yet there's a cheeseburger right here and it's burning the fuck out of my hand. Ow, fuck. You see, I could even just feel the sizzle of the burger right here. I'm like, shit, let me put that in the plastic container because I don't want to get my hand greasy. Which one is real? What I just saw with my eyes or what I just saw up here? Both. Both can be real. There's infinite rooms. Your father has infinite rooms. The question is, which one will you choose? So I'll leave you with just some quick techniques. Like I said at the beginning of this video, within the first minute, make your affirmations just like that. Whether you use the same exact affirmation that I just said in this video, or if you create your own. But try your very best not to make them so dull and boring. Like, I am loved, I have SP. Because the thing is the more fun you make these affirmations, the better. And if you can evoke emotion, it only supercharges the manifestation. Not because this is some magic spell, but because it's all about what you believe. And when you are able to create a strong emotion, just kind of like when some traumatic event happens, when it only happens to you once. Let's say you got robbed in a dark alley. It's going to be very difficult for you to walk down dark alleys, right? Well, you can create a PTSD moment, but in the positive version, by creating such strong affirmations that you could be having the worst day of your life. But just by saying that your SP carries 5 pairs of panties because they have to keep going to the bathroom to masturbate to you, that's the type of shit that makes a very low self-esteem, low confident guy who can barely talk to girls go, wait, what the fuck? Would you imagine that? And he starts going to his imagination and he creates this excitement like, wow, I've never even spoken like this before, and now listen to myself. he starts sounding like a different person, because he is. So these affirmations, I guarantee you, when you use them, it will create an emotion, and it will create emotions that will only draw you closer to that state, because it's not about manifesting magic spells. It's not about manifesting things out of thin air or the law of attraction. It's about shifting to the reality, shifting to the universe, like Dr. Doom's multiverse powers. It's shifting to the other universe where you have what you want. You don't have to change your appearance. You don't have to go to the gym. You don't have to get better skincare and looks, Max. Just ask yourself, what would the character of me who looks the same, who has the same job, who is making 20K a year and is living paycheck to paycheck, but the only difference is that he has SP? Or what is the guy who looks the exact same but has the career and love life that I want? You shift that by going to your imagination. And to make it easier for you, treat it kind of like a movie script. What would the script look like? What would you act like? What would your posture be like whenever you get a notification on your phone from Pinterest or ESPN? Just tell yourself, oh, look, she texted me again. Oh my gosh, I'm at work. I gotta fucking lower my brightness. She's sending fucking nudes again. She's such a little slut for me. Okay? And if you're a woman, say that he always gets fucking hard every single time he sees you. He would never dare cheat on me because I am the queen. He turns off all his thirst trap hoes on Instagram because he wants to prove his loyalty to me, because he knows that there's no other woman like me. This goes for men and women. Visualizations are the same video format as memories. There's so many different visual techniques. I want to make more videos on this, but one of my favorite techniques is create a scene in your mind, and every single day for 30 days, add a new detail. Now, again, I've said you do not need to make them very detailistic. You do not need to make them vivid. Hell, if your SP looks like your grandma, who gives a fuck? If your subconscious knows what you're talking about, that's what matters. But the only reason why I like to make these visualization techniques is because the more they feel real to you, the more it's going to get to the point where you don't even have to worry about seeing it in the 3D, because you literally feel like you're having intimacy with them right there, then and there. So the best way to actually feel like if they're right there in the 3D with you is to get a detail in your scene every single day. Try to, focus, okay, what are maybe the dimples on her face on day one, and then day two, try to look at her teeth. Are they clean? Did she need to brush them? Then day three, smell her perfume. Day four, you get the point, right? And by day 30, you have a whole fucking scene that is in fucking AK Ultra, right? But again, for most people, that'll still be a very advanced technique. What I like to do is just say affirmations, just like the ones that I told you about, the extreme ones, and see whatever image pops up. Because a lot of the times there's going to be an image that pops up, and it's more fun when they're extreme, when they're crazy. Because like I said, whether you're having a laugh or whether it's you seeing all the pairs of panties that they carry to work in their purse, they're going to know what you're talking about, right? But if you want to actually feel them, if you want to make it more of a serious technique where you actually are having intimacy with them, or you guys are on a dinner date, I'm telling you, the best way is to create a detail every single day. Okay? And there was another technique, but I forgot it. Maybe that'll be part 2. But either ways, guys, I am Neil Arthos. This is all that the I'm Awareness had to say. And I know you're going to be okay.